It's a good morning reading. Check it out. I'm inside the house. Just a 3-card reading today. And then I have a little surprise, which we'll see how that goes because I'm excited. I'll tell you about it after we pull these 3 cards. Let's see. So this is for the collective reading. Universe, what would you like to tell the collective today? Ooh, that was a horrible shuffle. Three-card reading. Ugh. Here we go again. This guy just keeps coming up for us. So someone is worried about something. They are not able to sleep at night. They got a lot of thoughts on their mind. They're trying to solve problems. There's just a lot of things going on. We don't know if this is just about life experiences yet or if this is about love, what this is about, but basically something's going on. I just noticed in his blanket he's got roses. Roses are a symbol of love. So the love is on him. I don't necessarily think that that's what he's worried about, but what I feel this means is that even though all of this is going on, he's being blanketed by love. And then I'm like, I never really noticed the things going on in the wood here, these carvings. It looks like there's someone sitting there, and then this guy looks like he's about to chop a tree down. So to me that feels like signifying that, like, kind of clearing out things. It's time to clear out these thoughts, these things that are festering in your mind. And remember that you are blanketed by love. You are being protected. You know, you have your spirit guides, your ancestors, your angels, all these energies out there that are always with you, loving you. So we need to remember to, when we're stuck in our mind and in our thoughts, remember to reach out to our spirit guides and our ancestors and our angels and whatever beings that you connect with. Death. See this again. This was my my death reading, the Chuck Schuldiner reading. Here it comes again. Is he with us again? I'm not playing death this time. I'm wearing Black Sabbath though. Maybe Ozzy's with us. Maybe Dio's with us. And that's a thing. Connect with your music that you love. And there's so many of our most awesome musicians out there that are now on the other side. And if you want to connect with them, do it, because they're awesome, right? Yes. But death. So this is good, because the way I see it is you're in this phase right now of letting it go. You're just allowing it. You're surrendering to the death. You're allowing yourself to let this stuff go. You're allowing yourself to accept the defeat. Whatever it is that's been bothering you, just it's over. Bury it. It's in the past. Now it's time to move on and grow. Remember, death is the compost. We have to have all that breaking down of everything in order to allow for the nutrients to absorb into the soil, and then we can grow flowers and all these beautiful things of vegetables, food, all this stuff that nourishes us. So without this death, we can't grow. So it's really important. It's really important. Don't ever see the death card as a bad thing. And as I mentioned before, it really opens up your spiritual path for yourself, because anything that is going to cause this much strife in your life it is a spiritual growth process. And we can't help but connect with the spirit world when we're going through some kind of a death process. Even people that think that they don't believe in any of that, like, they end up being connected because they're connected to that person, and they are like forced into the spiritual thought process. You go to the grave, you leave flowers, but why? If you don't believe in any of that, why do you go? Not you, but some people, because I've spoken to some people that they just don't believe that, but they will go to a grave and leave flowers. So they're subconsciously, they're still connecting. Love is the same way. People that don't believe in all this magical stuff and but when they get into a relationship and there's a deep connection with someone, then they feel it, Okay, so that's good. So the last card, this also has been coming up a lot. The Two of Wands. Well, two is also a coming together. This death, all these thoughts, this death process, and then now a solid home, a solid life, the world in your hands. You have the power, the ability to manifest the things that you need, because you have the world at your fingertips. He's alone. He's kind of looking out there to see, well, what can I bring into my home? And he knows he's got a solid grip on his intuition, and he's very passionate, creative. His home is like an art gallery in some sense, because he's very creative. Like I said, the world in his hands. He knows how to manifest things and bring things to where he needs. He's curious to go out there and see what there is, but not to leave, to bring it back to his home. So that's the 3-card reading. Maybe it's for you. Maybe it's for someone that you are thinking about. We didn't get any love cards, but, you know, as far as love, we have the roses blanketing this guy, and then family love, like, you know, there's a lot of family in this death card. That, you know, there's a surrounding of people that care about you or care about your processes or their processes. And then the love, like, I feel like this person is just like reestablishing their life and ready to bring love in or things in. But I do see love because the roses, and then the roses right here, and also the 2 wands right there is partnerships in general when you see 2. So, all right, are you ready for the surprise? I'm so excited. This is called Story Cubes. I found this on the side of the road. I'm so excited. And just bear with me because, you know, sometimes I get stuck in my thoughts and I don't know. I am going to cast the story cubes, and we'll see how the story connects with the reading. Oh, some of them fell off, so they're not meant here. Look at what we have in the center is the eye. The all-seeing eye. The eye of Horus. So, you are enlightened within. You are able to see things that others can't. You have your third eye, right? Your third eye is expanded, right? You're able to manifest things. This is a building. Manifest solid things into your life because of this all-seeing eye that you embody. This is a hand. With that, oh my gosh, if I could just get sayings right. I can never get the sayings right, but my dear friend who's crossed to the other side, crossed over, he used to tell me that you have basically 5 people, the 5 people that you can count on your hand that are your true friends. And basically he would tell me that I'm on that hand, you know. So I want to say that there's like millions of people out there, right? Billions of people out there. And we meet all these people in our life and we have all these friends, but your true friends are the ones that you can count on your hands. The ones that you know that will always be there. We have at least 5 of them. So who are those people in your life? Wow, look at this. We have both the lock and the key. So you, as I said, you have that all-seeing eye. You are able to see things that others don't. You know, even if it might be with people. Sometimes we know who's on our hand, but they don't. You know, but you have the power to manifest things, right? You can build that building. You can create solid things, materialize things in your life. You can also unlock doorways that others can't, you know? So good job with that. Good jobby. We have an arrow over here. Arrows can mean many things, but the first thing in my head was the arrow of love. The arrow of love. Arrow is direction, you know. Where are you taking your life? You know, what are you going to unlock? The arrow is pointing this way at me. But it's not pointing to anything over here. So I'm feeling like there's so much more that you can manifest in your life that maybe you're not seeing. So sometimes we have to take ourselves away from the things that are surrounding us. Kind of like what this guy's doing here. Like, he has his solid materialized world, but he's looking out there, just like this arrow is pointing away. He's looking out there to, you know, see what else is there. What else can I bring into my life? What else can I do to create more abundance in my life? How can I collaborate with others? You know, because like I said, here we have the two, but there's only one person, and he's only got his hand on one wand there, and the other one's just like vacant. So it's like, who's gonna hold that other wand? And so who are you gonna find to collab with, man? You know, it could be love, it could be business, we don't know, but you know what you're looking for. And the last things that we have are the honeybee and the scales. Well, this is Libra. Scales is Libra. But it's also balance, you know, making sure that you can create a balance in your life. These scales are tipping, so they're not balanced. It's important to create a even balance, because otherwise things can get whack. The bee, honeybee, do 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 do. Do 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 do. Come on now, give me some sugar, little honey bee. Don't be afraid, not gonna hurt you. I wouldn't hurt my little honey bee. That's Tom Petty. Good song. But honey is the sweet abundance of life.